Welcome back. You have landed on the channel of the Fats, a Championship Manager 0102 channel. Today we are looking at episode 3 of the Three Tulipani save. For those that haven't seen the first 2 chapters, this is based on one of the challenges on the Champman forums, champman0102.net, and is looking at an AC Milan team that played in the late 80s. Was primarily an Italian side, but for 3 Dutchmen that took them to glory. So they were Ruud Gullit, Frank Rijkaard and Marco van Basten. They won Serie A, they won 2 European Cups, a European Super Cup, and obviously those 3 Dutchmen went off to the 1988 Euros and won that as well. This save is based on the April 2022 database, and we'll be trying to replicate that. So we have spent 1 season looking to sell off all the foreigners from the Milan squad, and also to bring in a number of Italians, but also our 3 chosen Dutchmen. So where we left you last time, I was showing you who I had signed, and so a number of signings had come in and out. Big names to have gone: Theo Hernandez, Ibrahimovic, Salamakers, Giroud. All those players had left. Coming in, Pinamonti, Locatelli, Rugani, a number of Italians, plus 2 Dutchmen, Joshua Zirkzee from Bayern Munich and Cody Gakpo from PSV. So as it stands, I still need to buy 1 further Dutchman, which is proving a little difficult. I don't want to be paying over the odds. I think possibly I may have paid over the odds for Cody Gakpo, who I paid £80 million for. But as it stands, just going into the end of season update, I've only got 47 million in the bank account. What I would remind you as well is I've got inflation on the game based on multiplied by 4. So on the original game, for example, if you had £10 million in your bank account, on a times 4 inflation, that would show as 40. So looking at this 47 figure, probably on ODB values, we're looking maybe about 12 million pounds in the bank. So hopefully the bosses give me a little bit more in the update when they reset those. But I have got a few irons in the fire, shall we say, a few bids out there. What I do have as well is a couple of players still to sell on as well. Goalkeepers are proving difficult for Italy. So for the season, I've still had Mike Maignan in goal, and he's done very well for the season. The backup keeper is a Romanian. He also needs to go. Apart from that, Fikayo Tomori, he will need to be sold, and I'll hopefully need to buy another central defender. Kessie is already due to join Barcelona in the next couple of weeks. Rafael Leao will also need to go. So now that I've reached the end of the season, I'll just do the end of season update, and then those players I believe will be thrown onto the transfer list. And then as we travel through, we'll hopefully see the players that I've got some bids in for, and hopefully they'll be accepted. Yeah. So let's fly on through. We're obviously in the World Cup currently. Here comes that second updating game data bar. So that will update the game to the second season, and then at that point I will look to put those foreigners as they were onto the transfer list, hopefully make some money from them, and allow me to maybe find a couple more Italians. What has happened as we finished second in the league, that's given us a little bit of a reputation boost, and there's a few more players that have become available to us. So I will bring those to you in a second when the updating game data bar fills out. Okay, so here we are. Andrea Pinamonte was Player of the Year, which is obvious for his 35 goals in 49 games. So there's one of the players I had a bid in for, Gini Wijnaldum. 31, but still got good stamina. So I may up that bid a little and see what we can actually do. 20 million for the TV rights. They want us to be successful in every area. It's another young Dutchman that I'd spotted. He's not quite as good as others could be. So I think I'll probably leave him. So there's a goalkeeper, Pierluigi Golini, if he will decide to come. $42,000. I think he might come for that. This is probably the guy who's top of my Dutchman list. Just 19. I'm not sure where I would play him, that's the problem. There obviously won't be many points out there in terms of the challenge for a right back or defensive midfielder. So go to 12.5. And there we are. So we have Champions League football to come for the season now. So again, that should help me in terms of points for the challenge. No, Wrench is not having it. So let's play out the World Cup. We'll keep thinking on what we can do. We have got a few players scheduled to come in and out on the 1st of July. So we'll get to that date and then we'll see where we stand at that point. There's no Dutchman in those though. So Morante is an older goalkeeper. He will be released. Darmian. Don't think I need any more. With Calabria, Florenzi, Spinazzola, Emerson and Santon to cover both. Don't think I need another fullback. What I will do though is throw these guys onto the transfer list. So Magnon's got some interest. He's got some interest too, that's good. Liao should generate some interest also. Leeds and Porto. Kessie's going. Just check the reserves as well, see if there's any in there. Krunic is going. Duarte, I might just have to release this guy. Yes, no one wants him. So let's take him off the list. Put him on the list again at 0. Still generates nothing. Cager has not played a game, I don't believe. I played one, I remember, yeah. He starts the game out injured, so he could be sold off also. Borges, Lenny Borges. No one's going to want him either. And then that's it from the reserves. Tamori, nearly missed him. Onto the list you go as well. So that could generate a fair chunk of money. Wijnaldum, 15 turned down. Gonna go one more. 17. Golini, you chump. 85. Okay, Locatelli, Pinamonte and Tonali are all playing World Cup football. Magnon, 20 million. First thing we've got to look at is whether they've got any Italians. No. No Dutchmen either. So he can go. Leicester want Tamori. What are you offering, mate? No Italians. No Netherlands. Let's try this trick. Harvey Barnes is unhappy just for that. What are they offering already? 18.5. So someone more than 18.5. Salinchi's happy. Castagna's happy. Didi's happy. So what we may be able to do is, they've offered us 18.5. If I ask to exchange for someone worth more, 34.5, one of two things will happen. They'll either, or one of three things will happen actually. They'll either accept the bid. If they do that, obviously I don't in this case want Tielemans. So what I would do is then offer him the cheapest, most awful contract in the world, which he will obviously then reject, and Leicester will then come back with a cash offer. The second thing that may happen is they will reject this counter bid, but say, I'll offer you slightly more in cash. Or the third thing, which we don't want to happen, is they come back, either flat out reject it, or just say, oh, not going to offer you 18.5 now, I'll offer you less. So we'll wait and see what happens. We could try the same trick with Newcastle. They have no Dutchmen, they have no Italians. They do have Paul Pogba. Bruno. Oh, I love Bruno. But he is Brazilian. Golini is in. So, after spending his year sitting on Spurs' bench, he is going to be Milan's new goalkeeper. So he comes in for 17. So even if I could have got 18 for Magnon, I'd be making a profit. Sevilla are in for Magnon, so that's 20 for him. Porto want Leao for 33. Right, so we'll just take the 33 there, just to guarantee some cash. So Leicester have come back and offered a little less. Newcastle have come back and offered a little less. So what I'm going to do is reject the Leicester bid. It's unacceptable. And delay the Newcastle bid. Newcastle drop out. So hopefully one of the two of them come back in. Where is he? So he's still wanted by 4 more clubs, so hopefully they will come in for him. Maybe we'll just accept the cash. So Magnon is out. We're now approaching the 1st of July, and that will be the other. So they're not happy about Magnon's sale. Obviously don't rate Golini, which is interesting. Wijnaldum give up on for now. World Cup continues. Newcastle are back. So we'll just take the cash this time. Ajax. Now this could be interesting. There will obviously be Dutchmen. There's no Italian. He's a Moroccan. Sahale Martinez Timber. Could go down the Timber route. Wrench is there. Another player I'd spotted is Sonji Hansen, but he's dual nationality currently, so he's off the radar. So let's exchange for Wrench. The other one I would have said is Gravenberg, but he's not there, so they obviously don't want to sell. See what they come up with. Spurs want to sign Reece James for 135 million. So Gravenberg, a bid was in. £25 million. I've got a bit of funds behind us, so I can up that a little. Don't know how much it will cost. Well, that's twice what he's worth. Malum was a exploratory bid, shall we say. So here we are, just approaching the 1st of July now. And yeah, with some players turning us down constantly, really struggling to know where to go with that third. Ooh, Lazio. Do I want him to go to Lazio? That third Dutch position. So they will have Italians. Got a Dutchman as well. 2 Dutchmen. Dutch Jamaican and Dutch Nigerian. So they're both out. Let's have a look at the Italians. Serbi. Could help central defender wise. Andre Anderson, dual nationality. Bertini Young. Cataldi, no. Floriani Young. No. Oh, that could be keeper. Azzurri got fullbacks. Maestro. Nothing filling me with love. Alessandro Rossi, no. Maybe if I up them to 20. As it's an in-house. Everton want to throw money at me again. Any Dutchmen? No. Disappointed that Moise Keane's not on there either. So 20 million. Granada. You're not going to have the cash, are you? We'll have a look in a minute, because that's a patch option. I can see everyone's finances. We have 67 million. Wolves. Can't think of any Italians there. Oh, Catrone actually. Ooh. He could be a decent backup. Everyone wants him. This could be a swap. Cutrone. Watford. They must have Italians. All owned by the same people. No, no Italians. Okay. Let's put that one in just because we've got a guarantee, Kajer will be leaving, I can confirm that. Okay, 1st of July, here we are. So, max 14 million, it's just not good enough, chap. Griezmann complete. So Frank Kessie has left for Barcelona. Lots of deals going through. Milan have signed a second keeper. He's old, he's pretty past it, but he's Italian and he's in. Rade Krunic has left. It's a very good deal to get 15 million for him. Here's a third keeper, Emi Odero. What I have noticed is just he is dual nationality. So probably, to stick within the rules, I'll have to not play him, which is disappointing. Ciro Immobile I went for, he chose Napoli over us. There's Golini in. The only other players that have signed are, maybe they haven't yet. No, they took out 4th of August. So there'll be a few youngsters coming up from Milan reserves. So Leao leaves us with our blessing. So looking at the squad now, Tomori to go, the keeper to go, and it's an all Italian squad. What we need to find is that third Dutchman. It's a decent option, but as he's at Atalanta, I doubt he will want to come. Noah Lang could work. Let's start at 20 for Lang. Keeps coming back to wrench. 12.5. Let's go to 20. Okay, so we'll put in one more bid for wrench. We'll go up to 25. And that is where I will end this video today. What I'll do in the next video is get us through the rest of pre-season up to the first game of the season. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you're still with us, please do like, share, subscribe, comment on any player names you know, or any other videos that you'd like to see on the channel. And we will see you next time.